Hello and welcome to another video. It's been a while since we've done the last one, but it's been a little hectic. So here we are. We managed to get one in and get some time to do one. And it's come from a shot we did at the weekend that I'm really happy with, and probably creatively it was one of the nicest ones to do. So essentially, a couple of people I work with a lot, Joseph and Hannah, so you'll see them on Joannah Style on Instagram, and their brand of Access Axis. I will tag those below on here. And they came in with a bit of an emergency, really. They got some new clothing pieces out that they designed, and they need to get them shot, which is what we do quite a lot. We do that a lot with them in here, and we do stuff for the website and things like that. And it was a little bit of an emergency, so it was all based on the new Beyoncé album, so the Cowboy album. And I'd known it had just come out, but I'd not heard any of it, and I'd not seen anything of it really, apart from that one song that had been out. So we had a little look at that, and we had it on for a bit of inspiration, so put it on the studio and got the shots we wanted. The black backdrop, which you can see behind, was already up anyway, because I was doing some sort of video testing stuff, so just luckily we had that there anyway. And then looked at the album artwork for her album and just thought, well, let's just replicate that. It'll look really good. It's a cowboy kind of vibe anyway, with the new clothing pieces. So let's just copy that. Obviously, she's on a horse. She's got a big American flag. The horse is running. A lot of money will have gone into that shoot and staging and props and whatever. And we had 2 hours to sort of come up with an idea, shoot, edit, and then get ready to send them over so they could get them uploaded and put them on the website and stuff. So we got some normal shots, which I'll show you at the end, of different pieces and things that we liked. And even then we did stuff that we were like, this is really good and we really like it, and it's very sort of editorial looking and lots of like hard light. So yeah, we really enjoyed that. And then we came up with this image, and this is the shot that we've kind of copied from the artwork, but I really like it, and it was challenging, and you have to kind of think outside the box a bit and use different tools to kind of create this, and yeah, I really like it. So here's how we did it. So this is the image in Photoshop. Now, the original image is this. So what we did was basically, we knew what we were looking for and we knew what we were going to try and do. So the idea behind this shot is to get Hannah to sit on the box and kind of sit in the same pose as what Beyoncé is on the horse, or as close to as we can. And then we had this big white plastic pipe that we were going to use as a flagpole basically. And the idea was just get her to sit on the box, and we'll copy that pose, and then we'll figure out how we're going to Photoshop it together and create quite a cool looking image. So the lighting was just one big sort of Octasoft box. It's actually that one behind me over there, with the AD400 flashing it, and it was just set up to kind of match the same lighting as the Beyoncé shot. Kind of very hard light, but also a little, quite stark shadows at the bottom, but kind of only lit from one side from what we could kind of see in the brief time we had with it. So the Beyoncé shot is this one, and we just sort of tried to get the pose right and the lighting as close as we could to get that shot. So we finished the shoot, got them the images over that they would need for their Instagram, and then I was like, okay, let me work on this one. Give me like an hour or maybe a little less, and we'll see what we can create. So this is kind of what we were basing it off. And yeah, so got her to sit on the box. Now, obviously the difference is Hannah's got a long black wig on and not a silver one. So we weren't going to get that matched or anything with the way that the hair was. So it was all about just finding little pieces that we can bring in. So the flag was fairly straightforward. That was just an image of an American flag at night waving. What I quite like about this one is there's kind of like motion blur, so when we bring this in, it kind of looks like, it kind of adds to the effect that the horse is almost sort of moving, and hopefully then doesn't look too, I mean, it's obviously it's a photoshopped image, but it doesn't look too sort of photoshopped. And then the next thing we needed to do was create a horse. Obviously we don't have a real horse, let alone a fake one, in this small space. So we kind of have to be a bit creative. And the way I got the horse was using Midjourney. So basically what we did in here was just go through some different ideas. We kind of knew what we were looking for, and it's just about putting prompts in and getting variations of those prompts. So there would have been a bit here where I liked the look of that one, so I wanted a variation of that, which then Midjourney creates 4 more versions of based off that one image. If you don't like that, you can sort of add and copy and paste your prompts a little bit, change the prompts to try and really get close to what it is you're after. And then the more I kind of had a little play around with it, the more we found the kind of shots we were looking for. So I really liked this image. Obviously it was running the wrong way, but that's fine, we can change that in Photoshop. And the prompts that we went for were really simple. It was just a white horse running from left to right, camera views on the side of the horse. The horse is lit from above, which is obviously isn't the same as the original shot we were looking at. It's shot at a high frame rate, so I kind of put this in there because I didn't want it to be like too blurry. And the idea is that this horse has been captured at a very high frame rate. So it's not, there's no motion blur really or anything like that, but it's not too much. And it's like a full body shot of it as well. So we upscaled that, saved it, brought that into Photoshop, and then flipped it all around. So I'm not going to kind of recreate the image again because it didn't take a while, but it was just a lot of faffing around. And the thing you get with that is you kind of never really get the same image twice. So I quite like what we have at the minute. So the way we brought it in was basically bring in the horse. Now obviously the horse in the picture that we got from Midjourney is in the square format, so what we did was just make the canvas bigger in Photoshop, which then used generative fill to just expand the sides here and stuff like that. The next part was to bring in Hannah and kind of zoom her down and crop her in and get her to a position where it looked like she's kind of sat on the horse and stuff, and then just basically bring the opacity down, mask Hannah, and then just paint with a black brush and just sort of paint her out so looks like she's kind of sitting on a horse basically in the same way. And then the flag was basically just the same thing. So we brought the image of the flag in and cropped it, zoomed it in a little bit, and masked the rest of it out, because in the original image of the flag, it's got this big thing on the top of it, there's a light in there, so it was literally just sort of masking all this out and rotating and cropping. The next thing we did was just to sort of match the layers a little bit, was just add some adjustments to each kind of visual layer. I know I'm almost adding like a clipping mask to just the Hannah layer, just to bring some of the warmth out a little bit. And then just kind of grade the image a little, just to sort of try and blend it all together. So yeah, I really like it as an image. I think it looks pretty cool. And obviously it's a direct kind of like, recreation almost of what we were trying to do when it comes to the Cowboy Carter album cover. But for 2 hours of not doing anything to getting the shot done, getting where we wanted to be, and creating this, I'm quite happy with it. There's probably a lot more we could do. There's probably a lot more we could do to blend things a little more evenly and create something a little bit more cleaner as an image, but in the time frame we had, I quite like it. So yeah, great working with Joseph and Hannah as always, and I guess creative people inspire creative people. So when the ideas start flowing and we come up with things that we want to try, there's always good to bounce off them and find ways of doing stuff and create something that we all like and kind of goes down well with their followers and their fan base and people that follow me. It's been quite a nice reception to it, and so yeah, it's been good. Thanks for watching. Sorry it's been such a long time. Obviously it's a little hectic sometimes, and sometimes that creative spark kind of leaves you a little bit and you don't want to just sort of make a video for the sake of it and talk about any old thing. So when something exciting has happened like this, that I'm creatively excited to do, and you know, you get a buzz from doing, then it just sort of made me think, you know what, I'm going to talk about how I did it, because I think people might want to know. Maybe they do, maybe they don't, I don't know. But anyway, thanks for watching. Subscribe. There will be more videos coming. I just need to get those planned in and make the time for them, but things are just a little busy at the minute, which is, you know, great for me anyway. It's great to be busy and having people to work with constantly, and always being, you know, creatively going for it. So yeah, click subscribe. Thanks for watching. Share the video. Any questions, right below. There are probably 1,000 or even 1,000,000 more easier ways I could have made this image, and different tools I could have probably used, and more time spent, but I'm happy with it, and the roughness and the rawness of it is what I like. So thanks for watching.